Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. To my left, I've got Chris, so hope you are well.
Yes, thanks Dan. Yeah, all good mate, all good. Glad to be back on.
Brilliant. I mean, what a win it was against Leicester last Saturday. It's better been a quite good week for yourself.
Oh mate, a great week. What a game. I really enjoyed watching the match last week. I think a great result. I mean, it's good to see Brennan Johnson and the link up team, Nick Morgan, Gibbs White. That's something that I really took away from the game, and that link up just looks like they finally, they understand each other's play a bit more, and it looks like that's something we're going to see a lot more of. Gibbs White assisting Brennan Johnson, and yeah, great. Honestly, a great result. Obviously, first half was a bit cagey, but second half he came out the blocks and hit them quick on the counter. And yeah, great result. So now on to Bournemouth, mate. Or now to Bournemouth.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I always said that first half we were quite close. Like no one did want to play any football. We were like quite cagey, as you said. But second half it just opened up a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things that it's like I clearly think we always come to that thing where on the first half it was very neck and neck. It was neck and neck, but second half confidence. I think we just took confidence in the fact that we were playing good football in lots of parts of the game and kind of developed that on and yeah, got the result in the end. So that's all we can ask for,
Yeah, definitely, completely agree. And we always said that we foresaw our second half team anyway. So, and that sort of proved it. And it took from a pupil tactical decision to actually for us to open it up. Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, exactly. I mean, putting Surridge on gave us a bit more of a focal point. I think and that created a bit more of a kind of direction up top a little bit more. Because obviously without Awani and Scar playing along with Gibbs White and then Johnson is a bit more of like there's no like out and out number 9. So putting Surridge on made that kind of difference, I think. And great time to make the sub. For me, but yeah, and again, keeping masterclass and yeah, 3 points in the bag, continuing that home form, which is really important.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've got Bournemouth on Saturday. How you finding going into it with everything what going off with like injuries and etc.
So yeah, the injuries are a concern, obviously. I mean, I don't think Willy Bolly's going to be back. I don't know if you know about that, Dan. Do you know about Willy Bolly?
Nothing really, to be fair. It's been really quiet.
Yeah, I've not heard much. So, I assume that he won't be playing. Again, he could be playing. But again, I was really impressed by McKenna last week. Really impressed by McKenna coming in and stepping into that left centre back role. So yeah, whether if it's McKenna or Bolly, I think I'm happy with that. And apparently Yates is fit as well. Apparently he's available, which is really important. I think that's great that he's back. He's fine. And yeah, going forward, I like Scarpa. I think start Scarpa again and Gibbs White and Johnson. I really like that front three. But also Chris Wood, who I've heard tonight. The Athletic. I read that it was confirmed this evening, isn't it? It's on the way to Nottingham now. I've heard. So.
Yeah, he's on his way, and obviously with Danilo signing as well, it has been quite a productive week. And I think, how would you feel about Chris Wood coming in? I know, obviously, it does divide opinion, but he would offer that focal point, and that's something different that we do miss with other strikers that we do have.
Yeah, I think obviously our knees. I think he's out for about eight weeks, isn't he? Something along those lines. It's a long time to be without your number one. Your number one's becoming number 9. I think it's a good move for us. I think it's a good move for Newcastle as well. So he's third choice under Isaac, and he's third choice in Newcastle. And I think that's a good move for him. Callum Wilson, to get to Forest. And I think for us, from our point of view, I think it's an obligation to buy based on clauses I've read as well. So if he's a success, then we probably will keep it. I think it's a good move. He's can hold the ball up well, and I think obviously in kind of the Cooper's style of football, I think he can hold the ball up well and play it off to Johnson and Gibbs White and Scarpa and the likes who was playing up top with him. I think it's a good move for both. And obviously, It was just last year that he moved away for around 20 million plus. I think 25 million. He moved to Newcastle last year. So I
Yeah,
think he's got potential, and I think he's prem proven. So I think it's a good move, personally.
yeah, definitely. And from what I've just been reading before, okay, before we started this, apparently it's going to be £15 million, the fee, and £5 million for the loan fee. Which, so 20 million, it's quite a good deal, to be fair.
It is a good deal. It is a good deal, and I think he offers that something different. Obviously, we've got Surridge on the bench, in that kind of that role. But yeah, he just offers a bit more prem proven, kind of bit more. He's still he's got the experience that we need, I think, and that with Bolly and Aurier and these type of signings that we had previously, where they've been a bit divisive in their kind of to the fan base. But the prem quality, the kind of prem experience is kind of, you can't really doubt that at all. And I think he's going to offer that just something different. I think it's a good I think it's a good move. And I think this is Cooper wanted this signing. I've read as well. I think Cooper's behind, wanted this. So you got to back whatever Steve Cooper wants. You got to back him.
Definitely 100%. And I mean, he wanted Kenny Davis last season, and look how
Mm.
he worked out, and he wanted Chris Wood this season, and hopefully he is right by it. I mean, he also got a Danilo
Mm.
from Brazil. I mean, he, from what people going off, he's going to be a really, really good signing as well.
Yeah, Danilo, I've heard. Yeah, like I said last week, my best mate's an Arsenal fan, and he was really sad to miss out on Danilo. Obviously, there was a lot of interest last window, and I think they were quoting something like 35 million apparently for him last window. So to get on the money we got him on, and also he only 21, and he's already won a lot in Brazil. Obviously, the friendship with Scarpa, I think that's a great move for us as well, and it shows the kind of the progression of from last year even, and shows the future of that Forest is in good hands, and we've got some great talent coming through. We've got in that 21 years of age category, 21, 22. We've got obviously Gibbs White, Brennan Johnson. We're building at Danilo. We're building for the future as well, which is really important. And yeah, Danilo's a great signing. I'm really looking forward to seeing him out on the pitch. I'm not sure whether he'll feature on Saturday, but over the next couple of weeks, I think we'll see him.
And that was the next thing I was going to go on to was Saturday, and with that team, obviously with Hendo being that injured, and I mean, and that midfielder, how would you go about it? Because obviously, I know a few people are expecting Danny New to coming in, but others might say we've got to stick with that team. And where's your stance on it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Henderson. I think it's 3 to 4 weeks. I've read. I don't know. What have you heard about that? Is it 3 to 4 weeks? You think?
Yeah,
So obviously that's a huge. He's been great. Honestly, I've loved Hendo at the team. He's been class. So it's a big loss, and obviously Hennessy. I mean, he's got lots of experience, and international experience as well. But for me, he's not. Yeah, he's not the same keeper as Henderson. Not that level. But he's a good number two, and I think he's someone that can step into the role. And I've got experience. I've got trust in him as well. So yeah, obviously he's in, and then midfield wise, I wouldn't try and change too much. I would also getting used to kind of English football and the kind of style of play that Cooper wants. Danny's only been training for about a week or so, maybe less. So a few 4 days. So I would give him a bit more time to kind of settle in, and maybe give him depends what the score is and the score line is, but maybe give him a bit of a run out at the end of the game, half 70th minute, 75th, 80th minute, to see what he's like. Give him a bit of experience in the Prem. That's what I would do personally.
yeah, I couldn't agree more on that one. Obviously with Bournemouth, we lost to them earlier
Mm.
in the where we were trying to find our team and that, giving away 2-0 lead. And I mean, it weren't the best at the start of the season, but now we have came a lot more along as a team. Do you feel like it will be a different clash?
I do think it was. I mean, the last was it 3-2, wasn't it,
Yeah,
to Bournemouth? It was that second half that we just capitulated, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's completely different. I mean, that was, I think it was the 3rd of September, if I remember rightly, really early in September, that game.
Yeah,
It was like fresh promotion team. It was obviously all the new changes that we had. So it's the first couple of games where you're kind of like, you're getting to know your team. Like the players haven't played together a lot. I think it's a completely different clash, personally. Obviously, we're on the up. Got the first away win against Southampton. I think we need to kind of build upon that away record. And, if we can get, I think since O'Neill's been in charge at Bournemouth, he's not won a game yet, I don't believe. So, it's one of those ones where, confidence isn't particularly high in Bournemouth. And obviously, we've come off the back of some great results. So, our confidence is just going to be, sky high, I think. So, it's one of those ones where we need to take advantage of these kind of situations and kind of get some points on the board and get some points on the road because, regardless of what happens this season, on the face of it, Bournemouth away, where they're in the position they are in the league, and we're in the position we are based on what we've just played and how we've just played. It's a result that we probably need to be getting something out of, I think, for sure.
yeah, definitely. Obviously, I got thoughts of Keith Morris as well. But
Oh yeah,
obviously, our centre off will be used to him. I mean, I think we will be a lot more like better with handling him. I think this time around than we was last season, as well. So obviously, I do have nightmares of him. Nah,
yeah. It was that goal, mate. That goal. It was. I remember that goal so like it was yesterday. Honestly. But I think they've not Bournemouth teams not they've not made that many new additions, to their squad. They've not really strengthened that much from obviously them in certain areas they have, but compared to our team, where we've got our midfield is a lot stronger than it was, and obviously I think we probably will be playing Warren or McKenna, or if Bully's back, then that's great as well. But um, whoever we play against, I think we probably are better equipped to kind of deal with that threat. But yeah, I really don't want a repeat of Kiefer Moore doing Kiefer Moore antics. I really don't. So
yeah, I completely agree. I mean, have you got a scoreline for Saturday?
I want to say 1 or 2-0 Forest. Again, these 1-0 results are really important. I can see it being 1-0. If I had to put my money on it, I'd probably say 1-0, or 2-0. I don't know which way I'd go, but I see us getting a result, and I see us picking up the 3 points. And I think confidence is really high, and I can see us going there and getting the job done. Well, having his fingers crossed as well. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and that's the thing that obviously we won 2-0 on Saturday and we just grew into that game. Hopefully that they can start to get that sort of momentum going with it now that we can win 2-0s like we did do last season.
100%, 100%. Just need to start. I think confidence. Yeah, confidence is high, and I think, you know, I've liked the look of Scarpa, and everyone looks happy to come on and play the bits they're playing. And I was really impressed with Lewis O'Brien when he came on, and like considering that Blackpool game where there's a lot of questions about these like Surridge and O'Brien and these kind of players, and there was a lot of questions. Jack Colback coming in, he's great when he comes back in, and I'm really impressed with him again. It's one of those ones where I've got faith in us to get something from the game. What's your predictions, Dan? What's your prediction?
I'll probably go with a 2-1 to be fair. I
You
think,
will.
yeah, I think if we had Endo in goal, I would have been more comfortable, but we
Mm.
haven't. So I think we will concede, but I think we will go and win. I think now we're starting to click into gears up top. I think we will do well.
Do you think Chris Wood will be in the start, like on the bench? Do you think that happening?
I think he will be on the bench, and I think we will win him on. I think he will win him on to be fair, just because, especially with this hold up player now, experience he is. I think who offered that something different, and Bournemouth won't be expecting that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the legalities. I'm not sure if you. I'm not done. Obviously, if he signs tonight, I've heard that he's on his way to Nottingham this evening to carry out the medical, etc. So obviously, it'd be great if he does come on. Yeah, and yeah, it's something that we need. That hold up play is something that and allow Johnson and Gibbs White to work around him.
Yeah. Apparently, it's he got signed before 12 o'clock on the Friday, well, 12 p.m. on the Friday to be eligible for the weekend.
Oh, okay. So we're fine for time then. Hopefully by tonight. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's,
I'm looking forward to seeing because obviously Prem proven. Yeah, I think that's a great. I'm looking forward to Bournemouth. Yeah, I think it's a result but we probably need to get something out of as well. I think it's one of those games that if we don't get a result, we look back and think, you know what, that's a game where we could have got a result. But and then we then face Leeds as well. So it's
yeah,
two bands where it'd be great if we could get at least 4 points on the board or something like that, and just keep climbing up the table because in 13th it's looking good, isn't it? It's looking good.
yeah, definitely.
Uh,
Do you want to say about your socials?
yeah. So I'm Chris.Coop on Instagram. That's COUPE, and then just it's keep on Twitter. So, but yeah, all Forest related. So
Thank you for coming on. Do hit Chris on the socials, not physically hit him, but uh, do hit Chris on the socials. But
yeah,
thank
thanks
you,
for having me on, Dan. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
no worries. So thank you for watching and up the reds.